Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, Sri Dilipbhai Sanghani, Minister of Agriculture, Excise, Law and Justice, Legislative and Parliamentary Affairs, Government of Gujarat, Additional Chief Secretary, Sri Savi Saxena ji, lady from Next Tenders, sorry. Neera from Next Tenders. Yeah, sorry. Vision 2020. We are dreaming a lot for 2020, ICT 2020, Vision 2020. So by 2020, we would be the youngest country in the world, with having 61% population between 15 and 35 age group. By 2020, our ICT export will grow from approximately 50 billion to probably $225 billion, even more. Today, we are the 5th largest economy in the world. By 2020, we would be the 3rd largest economy in the world. Today, we have around 286,000 millionaires in the country, which will be around 700,000 by 2020. So in last 60 years, we have around 300,000 millionaires, and it will be double in just next 8 years' time. Ravi ji has touched upon ICT. I'd like to touch upon ICT on governance, because I strongly feel that ultimately everything should boil down to the quality of a life of a common man. Governance is the mother of everything. And if we don't reform the governments, if we don't bring this everything to governance, no case that we can achieve our vision for 2020. In private arena, all the ICT, everything, all the tools they are using today, which probably government may use maybe after 5 years or 10 years. So private people, they will find their own ways to get the work done. But we need to do a lot to bring it to the masses. For that, we need to have a reform in governance. Reform is improvement, change, form, conditions. Why reform? As I said that everything ultimately should boil down to the quality of a life of a common man, a common citizens, and his all walks of life, to remove the imbalance in the system, to keep the pace with changing needs. Main areas of reforms are public financial management, macroeconomic policy, and most important, civil services. We have a lot of problems in our life, but the pity is that best of the best brain in the world is busy in solving the problem of rich who really do not have a problem. All rich guys, all millionaires, they have their ways and means to find out solution for their problems. There are very few who are really concentrating in solving the problem of a common man. If we really use the ICT properly, majority of problems of our common man can be resolved. Say, we have a problem of growing population and unemployment. As I said that by 2020, we would be the youngest country. But if we don't channelize the energy of this youth, then it would result in disaster. Same kid can be a scientist, and if not channelized properly, turns into terrorist. We have problem for food grain availability. We are the #1 hungry country in the globe. We have around 21 crore hungry people in our country. We have problem of land degradation and deforestation, overexploitation of groundwater, because lot of dependency on rain, infant mortality, education and transportation, continuous power supply, drinking water, and lot more. I strongly believe that if we really use ICT properly, if not all, majority of this problem can be solved. If I talk about problems of a system, we have a problem in delivery of a justice. Justice delayed, justice denied. Everybody knows that. But guys, can you believe? Average justice delivery time in our nation is 15 years. Yes, 15 years is the time for average delivery of a justice in our country. We have 3.2 crore litigations pending in various courts of India. If Indian judiciary stops taking new case from tomorrow, it will take 320 years to clear the backlog. This is why? Because there is an inadequate use of ICT in justice. Everything is manual, everything is manual. We have a problem of delivery of service, G2C, complex and long procedures, multiplicity of application form, lack of interoperability. So for the same driving license, a form in Gujarat is different than from Rajasthan and then the Maharashtra and then the MP. Though more than 90% requirement is same. But that's what we have. We have problems in governance. We have big government, big problems. We have an ineffective and unresponsive system, authority delaying from accountability. In governance, it's said that if I do some work, it's likely that probably 1 out of 10 cases I'll make mistake. If I make mistake, I'm surely gonna punished. But if I don't work, nobody's gonna ask me. So let's not work in government. We have a lack of transparency. We have no incentive for performers. Whoever performs excellent in government, barring exception, probably there is no ways and means to motivate him. We have a problem of a political will. Majority of our politicians and political party, they have their own agenda. They have their own personal agenda. It's a little bold statement, but majority of them have their own personal agenda, which always overtakes the interests of the nation. We require a strong support to resist various external and internal pressure for government employees. Today, probably any Tom, Dick, and Harry from any political party will go and threaten any government officer. Get my work done, otherwise I'll get you transferred. We are lucky in Gujarat. Scenario is not that, but it's not similar in other part of the nation. We have various reforms done by various people, Sam Pitroda for telecom and information technology, Vijay Kelkar for industry trade policy, C. Rangarajan for complete convertible of rupee, R.H. Patil for National Stock Exchange. Lot of these reforms became ineffective. The reason is majority of them are based on borrowed philosophy. Majority of time we are trying to copy whatever is there available in western part of the world as it is. We have done a lot of things on a piecemeal and fragmented approach, consistency of policy framework, complexity of reforms, the importance of a sequencing. As I said that majority of political party, they have their own agenda. So whatever best last government has done, the moment new government comes, this all best projects put on a back burner. As Raviji said that in 2000, we had the wide area network, started from Gujarat, and slowly, probably it takes almost a decade, still it is not replicated all across India. Still there are few states which are not connected on wide area network. And role of the state and local self-government is completely missed. To improve the life, ICT is the key. In every area of life, we can have an improvement with ICT. In governance, we should have quantifiable annual performance statistics based on agreed indicator like literacy, infant mortality, drinking water, blah, blah, blah. In business, we have similar norms. We call it KRS and KPIs, key result area, key performance indices, where it is very clear from every employee that what is expected and what he is performing. The employee himself knows probably on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, that exactly what he is performing against what are his targets. This is completely missing in governance. I strongly feel that to take the advantage of ICT, government needs to change their approach and government needs to act like a business. We have independence since more than 60 years. But mentally, in governance, we are still slave. All rules and regulations of British time, still we are following. Majority of them are already outdated. And ICT really can play a major role into it. Most important we should have is a third-party audit for the accountability. No CAG or no any other arm of government should certify the output. There should be agency who has courage to stand up and say to Chief Minister or Prime Minister, boss, this is not done, this is not up to the mark, rather than saying goody goody and yes, yes to authorities. We should have uniform initiative and program across the country. In various states, we are reinventing the wheel again and again, again and again, again and again. There is tons of fantastic work done by government of Gujarat. Same thing people are trying to reinvent in other states. We can take the advantage of whatever e-governance program, governance program, which is done in Gujarat, can be straight away replicated in other part of the India. We should have authority linked with accountability, reward for performance. This is very, very important point. In our governance, there is no rationale for the reward. A very senior government officer may be working 17 or 20 years in government, having a revenue in the range of what? Say around 20 to 25 lakh rupees. And the first salary of IIM graduate is maybe double than this. And the same government officer, if he goes to private and if he works, probably he'll earn more than 25 crore rupees. So there is a huge gap between the reward in private and reward in government. This is the gap. It's a very big problem. No single guy can resolve it. But this is the problem which we need to solve to resolve many of our problems. We need to have a transparency in process, curbing transfer industry, improving service quality with shift from input controls to monitoring of outcomes. In our governance, lot of things are on paper. probably tens and hundreds of kilometers of roads are built on paper and washed on paper. Lot of exchanges are commissioned on paper. Wells are drilled on paper. And whatever our CAG and other auditing agencies are there, they are majority time having a control over the input. The most important thing is that we need to shift it from an input to outcomes. We need to have a customization at a micro level. But the most important is that we need to have a standardization at a macro level. Yeah, every state is different. Every state has their own rules and flavor. So that customization should be to the tune of only 10-20%. But across the nation, we need to have a standardization. And that can only be achieved with a proper use of ICT. And the most important thing is that empowerment of a municipality and Panchayat Raj. The ultimate power should be vested to the civic society. Let Sarpanch certify that this many kilometers of road is built or this many wells are drilled, and not the PWC engineer. These are the things which are very important to bring ICT reforms. And if we can do this, probably if not all, but our majority problem can be solved by ICT. Thank you very much.